Well, hello, greetings, and good day. I am Jay, the practitioner. I'm a licensed spiritual practitioner, and I also know that all is well. All is well with you, all is well with me, and all is well in this vast universe that we exist in together. Together, in spite of the appearances. Please believe that. Hey, do me a favor if you can. If you can go ahead and just tap my subscriber button next to my channel, helps me out a bit, and I greatly appreciate your support. If you have comments, please leave those comments as well. I answer all my comments. Thanks a lot. Thank you so very much. Now, as is my custom, before we get started, let's just go ahead and just center ourselves. Connect to source. Close your eyes if you choose. In, out. In and out. Today, my talk is entitled, Are You Willing to Do the Work? My talk entitled today is, Are You Willing to Do the Work? And you're saying, Jay, what's the work? And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. In this path known as New Thought Science of Mind, the founder of Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, coined the phrase, change your thoughts and change your life. Change your thoughts and change your life. Imagine that. Imagine that. That sounds great, doesn't it? I can just change my thoughts and change my life? Wow, sign me up. Sign me up. I got you. Now, wait a minute. It is simple, but it's not always easy. Now, what I mean by that, when we embark upon a journey, and this is a journey of changing our thoughts and keeping them changed, one of the things, or the primary thing that we need to consider is, what's our why? What are my whys? In other words, what sort of things in my life are negatively affecting me from reaching my highest and best? In other words, what's the narrative in my thinking where I keep getting the same old, same old, same old? Again, what is the why that's driving me towards this wanting to change my life, wanting to change my thoughts? You have to have a compelling enough why. If you don't, then it's easy to fall back into old habits, old mindsets, because they're familiar. I get it. They're familiar. I absolutely get it. So after you have a strong why, or whys, that you want to change, the next thing that you want to consider is, let me start implementing some tools that are going to move my thoughts faster, or change my thoughts faster from one way to the other. And what are the tools? I'll give you some tools, and tools I personally have used many, many years, and you can just add to it, take away from it, just play with it and, see what works for you. Okay. One of the tools that I use on a regular basis is meditation. Meditation. I get still and I quiet my mind because there's a lot of chatter going on in the outside world. I get still and just listen. Listen to my thoughts. What's really kind of going on in my mind. I get real still. And it doesn't have to be anything long and drawn out, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, but just to go ahead and just quiet your mind. Meditation is something that I would suggest. Number 2, affirmations. Affirmations are simply decreeing that which you want to take place in your life. Although it hasn't happened, but you're decreeing that. You're saying that. In other words, you're speaking it out to the universe. Knowing as you speak it, as you think it, change starts to happen. Change starts to happen. Like, for instance, someone may be struggling with money issues. And I get it. And they're wanting to change that because they want a greater flow of resources. Well, one of the things that you may want to consider is, we live in an abundant universe. God is my source of my supply. Or, I always have what I need when I need it. I always have what I need when I need it. Now, here's the thing. We can say these affirmations, but what's as important is what we're thinking behind the affirmation. So, speaking is great, but also, what are we thinking? So in other words, someone says, hey, you know what? I always have enough. I always have enough. I always have enough. But the mind is saying, well, how am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay my mortgage? The how. It's not up to you. The how's up to the universe. It's up to God. So be mindful of your thoughts, that your thoughts match up with your words. Those are affirmations. Again, you can do an affirmation for, as I mentioned, money, health, having some health issues. I am healthy, I am whole, I am vibrant. Every organ and function in my body tempo is operating at its highest level of efficiency. Speak that. Feel that. That will energize you. Speak it with feeling and conviction. Again, it may not be there in the outer, but it's already done in the inner. And what you're doing is speaking that into existence. In other words, you're taking it from the invisible to visible form of manifestation. That's what you're doing. Again, finances, health, relationships. Again, want to be in a relationship. You speak that out in terms of, I speak my word for the ideal partner, for a relationship that is ease and grace. You speak that out. Now, after you've done that, then it goes back to the original question I asked in the very, very beginning of the talk. Are you willing to do the work to get the change? Are you willing to do the work to get the change? Now, my friends, I want to take us into meditation for a bit. Find a nice, comfortable spot. Close your eyes if you choose, or repeating to yourself, I'm willing to do the work. I am willing to do the work. As I do the work, I change my thoughts. I change my life. I am willing to do the work. 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 Well, thoughts will come and thoughts will go, recognizing that you're not your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. You're so much more than your thoughts. While you keep affirming to yourself, I'm willing to do the work. I am willing to do the work. As I do the work, my thoughts change, my life changes. My thoughts change, my life changes. As we begin to come back into our current state of awareness, take a breath, release, open your eyes when you're ready, stretch a bit, are you willing to do the work? I believe you are. I believe you are. As always, peace and richest blessings. Until we meet again, namaste.